I got you.
Is Haslam telling Butler that he would beat his ass? Kyle Lowry, the real hero.
Help me.
The Heat have lost the 76ers without Harden or Embiid, the Knicks, who are trash, the Nets, and the Warriors without Curry, Clay, or Draymond. Jimmy Butler had damn near forced himself into the top 10 players in the NBA after his performance in the 2020 playoffs. 40-point triple-double in the finals, but now despite the Heat being the #1 seed, it's gotten to the point where Jimmy Butler getting exposed isn't even that far-fetched.
Shooting from downtown. Jimmy. Dotted line jumper. That's his forte. That is his special.
Yeah, really.
The king of mid-range.
I don't know why people believe that Jimmy Butler was such a good shooter. He's been a clutch player, but not a consistent shooter. During the bubble, man would make incredibly tough mid-range shots, heck even 3-point shots in the fourth quarter, but as a whole, he shot 37% from mid in the past 5 years. It's why his stats seem nearly identical scoring-wise for the past 3 years, and it's worse than Giannis from mid-range this season. And let's not even look at that 3-point percentage. Oh but maybe the league has finally caught on. What is up, dudes, dudettes, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ. If we take a look at the bubble, you can see defenders stepping up on Butler, even going over screens, which gave him room to drive to the paint. Big men would even step up, which also meant Jimmy could drive by. Not the case right now. Big men are dropping, perimeter players are sagging, giving Butler the space to shoot. Just like y'all are leaving the subscribe button wide open, cause over 80% of y'all not even subscribe. Once we hit 555,555, doing a giveaway, especially for the playoffs, so please subscribe. Butler has been a solid finisher because of his ability to power through contact and actually draw fouls. Butler is shooting 57.3% in the paint. Pretty good for a guard/forward combo. For context, LeBron is shooting 68%, Giannis is shooting 67%, Tatum is 58%, and Luka is 57.6%. So Butler is around that realm while still being pretty high volume. He's also averaging 13.5 drives per game, shooting 49.3% from the field. Of all players averaging over 10 drives per game, he ranks 23rd. So not bad, but not really great either. In fact, in 2019-2020, he shot 43% on drives and wasn't even in the top 35. In the clutch, Butler's shooting 32% this season. Wow, that's down bad. With Butler, it's always been about the playoffs. His stats don't necessarily take a big jump, mid-range goes to about 41.7%, but his clutch stats do. In the 2019-2020 playoffs, Butler shot 57% from the clutch. In 2018-19, he shot 50% in the clutch. It's these moments that matter. But also trick announcers into thinking that he's the king of mid-range. I think what stands out about Butler's play this season, besides the random misconception about his mid-range, is that his defense is just not really there. Jimmy is a smart physical defender. That was his main reputation as he came up in the league. He's a 7-time All-NBA defender, including last season. And while his defensive win shares are the same as before, and the Heat are 4th in defensive rating in the league, we've seen Butler be disengaged defensively against the Bucks last playoffs and their last time meeting them. We'll have to see in the playoffs where that lockdown perimeter defender comes back. I think that's what it is. The energy, the hunger, the Jimmy Butler factor seems missing. Butler was 7th in deflections per game in the league in 2020, 4th in deflections per game last season, and this year he's not even in the top 20, despite playing the same number of minutes. It's the first time in a while in which Butler won't even be in the conversation for all NBA defensive team. Butler's assists are down, but that makes sense when you look at the team. The Heat's additions this offseason are exactly what they need. A floor general point guard to take the load off of Butler to do everything, including playmake. PJ Tucker is a great defender to put on East Coast forwards, which there are a lot of them.
That's tough.
Tyler Hero has taken another step, averaging above 20 points per game, shooting 39% from 3 off the bench. This team was under the radar despite having a deep roster with champions, all-stars, and all-NBA defenders. No, I did not forget Bam. Bam's still doing his thing. I thought at the beginning of the season that this team was a poor man's super team with Victor Oladipo, built for the playoffs, but At the current moment, there's a real issue that I did not anticipate ever. A player-coach discord on the Miami Heat. Eric Spoelstra has gotten every version of the Heat team to play hard. This team finished at 500 for the season without having a single all-star led by Goran Dragic. Spoelstra has managed talent from Wade Braun Bosch to Dion Waiters to now Jimmy Butler, Bam, and Lowry. If you have patience with Waiters, you got patience, period. When's the last time Spoelstra was in any sort of drama? It's always been good between him and Butler. Having Haslam this heated, pun not intended,
Shut up!
is also weird. Spoelstra getting this mad and appalled is out of character. Just some frustrations boiling because now they back to business. Jimmy's been relatively silent all year. We know how he's been in the past years.
Teammates like Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins that you told GM Scott Layton, quote, "You effing need me."
I don't need friends here in the bubble.
The Heat have been moving in silence this season too, until this. So maybe this lights the fire the team needs to not get complacent. Now I've been seeing a lot of concerns about Jimmy Butler's contract because he is signed for 4 more years, which means he would be 36 by the end of his contract, getting paid over $40 million per season. It's hard to tell if he's actually just slowed down a little bit or if it's just a lack of motivation. Butler has yelled at his teammates, talked to GMs and front offices, disputed with coaches, all in an attempt to fire his team up and maybe even fire himself up. That contract is still wild because 40 mil at 36, what is he, LeBron?
Charity of his choice, or probably his pocket, because he looks like he steals. But it's clearly he's on steroids.
But at the current moment, the Heat are still the #1 seed, led primarily by Jimmy Butler. The Heat have been winning since this incident and can clinch the first seed. We're gonna see how this team is going to be in the playoffs. They are built for the playoffs, but their chemistry needs to be on point, especially defensively. So yeah, I like Jimmy. He just does what's necessary to win. I've praised him in the past couple of years, but right now, there's some lies being spread about him and we just need the truth. But what do you think? How far will the Heat go in the playoffs this year? The all-day notification shout goes to my girl from the Bay, Samhita, who is fiending for the Warriors in the playoffs. Thanks for the all-day support. And if you're still here, you'll really want to comment beat so I know. Drop a like if you like the video and subscribe, turn noise on if you really like the video. It really helps the channel out. It's your boy MJ. We out. We vibe.
So let's get high, let's get wasted. Okay, just hop in my spaceship. No. Okay, just hop in my spaceship.